Hey there, welcome back to Sports Forensics and Picks. I'm Matt. John actually sent me a video on Tuesday that was a really good pick, and he crushed the pick, but I was unable to upload it before the first pitch went out, so we didn't upload it. But he had some really interesting things to say about the Minnesota Twins' new starting pitcher for that game, Zebby Matthews, who made his debut for the Major League, and it was really all about whether to take the money line or the run line, and that's what this video is going to be about, is a good strategy on which way to go based on how the odds look. And John goes into it pretty deep, but first let's take a look at the video that he sent me in his pick for that game.
Hey everybody, I got a name for you, Zebby Matthews. Called up today. He's going to pitch against the Kansas City Royals and a very, very game team over there. But the Twins, they're actually minus 124 at home, so Zebby is favored against the Royals. And get this, plus 170 on the run line for Zebby. So if they can get him support, that's a good thing. Plus 170 is really, really nice. And I like the fact that even though he didn't have the greatest short stint in AAA, he did manage to throw 23 strikeouts to one walk. And with a 1.9 ERA in AA, this guy seems kind of ready to go. And since the majors haven't seen him yet, it might be a little tricky for the first few teams the first time around to face him. So go for it.
Okay, so the Minnesota Twins actually smoke them 13-3. And let's hear John's take as he gets into things a little bit deeper in regards to the difference between the money line and the run line, and how to go about picking over the long term and keeping it on the odds.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I wanted to talk today about something pretty important. Yesterday, I was all over the Zebby. I loved Zebby yesterday for the Twins in his debut. I mean, the guy doesn't walk people. He gave up one walk in his entire time in AAA versus 24 strikeouts. An entire 7 walks from high A through AAA en route to arriving in the major leagues yesterday. And for me, that was just such a key contributor. I know that there was always a chance, because we bet the run line, minus 1.5, so they had to win by 2. This was a rookie, actually facing a pretty good team. Seth Lugo's a great pitcher. So we were playing the odds on that. I mean, this is gambling when it boils down to it. Plus 170 for me was just simply what I coin smart math. It was good math. I mean, over time, you're going to win a lot more money than you lose taking a pick like that. We could have lost for every 100 we bet. Okay, yeah, we lost 100, but winning $100 gets 170 of theirs. So it was either going to be 270 total, which is 170 profit, or you lose 100. That's 70 versus losing the next time, say, still has us ahead. That's smart math. It's good math. So yeah, there's a lot more losers playing that way versus just the spread, which was minus 124. And people say, well, gosh, you're the conspiracy guy. Wouldn't minus 124 to win make more sense? Isn't that a fix? No, it's not a fix. Minus 1.5 at plus 170. The reason why is they were at home. And when you're the home team, if you're going to win by 2, you're not even going to get 9 full innings of at bats. And so that's the difference between, say, minus 170 and, plus 170 and plus 145. If they were the visitors, they would have probably been, if they were minus 124, probably closer to plus 140, plus 145. So it's the fact that they were the home team. A lot of things can happen. They could be up 2 going into the 9th. They give up 1 run. They still win the game. They don't get that extra inning in order to possibly win by 2 or more runs. So the home field advantage doesn't really play. It's just that they don't get those ups if they're winning, whether it be up 1, 2, or 10. They ended up winning by. They the bats showed up for Zebby. Zebby was great. He didn't walk a guy. He only threw 5 innings, but he pitched really well, had 5 strikeouts, and he looked really, really good. Once he got some runs on the board and support for him, he looked really good. I like him, and he gave up a long ball, no problem, but he's good. Is he going to shock the world? No, but nobody knew him, so I wanted to introduce Zebby to you before anyone else did, and we did that, and he came through at plus 170, and that's great. So that was called the run line. The run line, you have to win by 1.5, which means 2. So winning isn't enough. It's just a way to squeeze more money when you're really, really confident about a pick. When to take the run line? When you have a team with a better pitcher than the other guy and probably a better offense, or you feel that your pitcher is going to completely shut down the other side, and so it's more likely that you're going to win by multiple runs than a squeaker. I don't know anyone who would bet the to win by 1 and not more than 1, but it's certainly safer. You get extra innings. It could be tied. They could win by 1. Lots of things can happen. So there's not as much safety in winning by 1.5 as you might think. It's only 1 extra run, but a lot of things can happen to snap victory away from you. So smart math, run line, these are important things. And knowing that when your team is on the road, they're going to get slightly worse odds because they'll have a full 9 sets of at-bats in order to cover that run line. So we're glad Zebby came in. We're real happy about that. But think about it. Smart math. You're not always going to win, but over time, you're going to win. And so for the long-term players, you just really kind of go with bets that are conducive to making money in the long haul. You're not going to win them all, but you're certainly going to make a lot more when you do, and that just makes it all the more sweeter. So happy that happened, and this is really kind of part of our 101 type of course, because we want people to understand what all these things mean. Of course, money line is just winning straight up. Another term in baseball they'll use is action. They'll say, oh, you want okay, is that action? What that means is that both of the listed pitchers must start the game in order for it to be a valid bet. So if you bet a game hours before and there's a late scratch of a pitcher and you went and it wasn't an action play, that would mean that bet is just scratched. It doesn't count. So if it's on a parlay, whether you win or lose, that game just simply does not count, and it would revert to any other games for that parlay. If it's a straight bet, you just get your money back. So those are some things to know about basic baseball picks. And so we'll have some more of those fun ones coming up. A lot of run lines you'll see might even be -2.5 if you have a really, really good pitcher on a really, really good team against a really, really bad pitcher on with a really garbage offense. So things to look for. So you'll see the run line or the puck line, if you want to call it that, in hockey as well. Oftentimes the home team is -1.5, and then you will have lines that move the price, at least. Not the line, the price will move pretty much -150. If it's -1.5, -150, it's probably a safe bet, but you'll notice in hockey the home team seems to always win. So, but just look for that when you're looking at a team -1.5 or whatever. That's usually the run line, and it's a good way to make more money from that single bet when you really like a team. So take a look at that. Have fun with it. We love the run line. The only problem with it is you can't parlay it. You can't parlay the run line, and that's probably a good thing. It would have certainly killed many a bet, many good winners in my past. So it's probably a good thing, but it would be fun to be able to say take Zebby yesterday plus the over, because then you would have had say 100 plus 170 is 270 and doubled that because it went over. So to turn 100 into over 500, that's why they don't do that. So you got to wait for money line picks in order to parlay those. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, let us know. Leave it in the comments. But please like, subscribe, and share. We would love that. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the games.